They'll crawl back, but only if you know these 3 stages. Avoidants always fall for this. This strategy may look like chasing, begging, or proving your love, but it's not what you think. Because every text you send, every tear you cry, every remember when story you throw at them, it doesn't pull them closer. It pushes them deeper into their shell. They don't see your pain as proof of love. They see it as proof of danger. That being close to you means losing control, losing freedom, getting trapped. What actually makes an avoidant crawl back isn't drama. It's not grand gestures. It's not even looking hot or pretending you've moved on. It's 3 quiet, powerful stages that flip the script inside their head without them even realizing it. And once those stages click into place, they won't be able to stop thinking about you. Not because you're chasing, but because something inside them has shifted. They'll start circling back, breaking their own rules, questioning their own logic, all while telling themselves they're still in control, when really, you've already turned the tables. The first stage is silence, but not the kind you're used to, not the silence where you sit with your phone, refreshing, waiting, hoping they'll notice how hurt you are. That silence screams desperation, and avoidants smell it from miles away. The silence that works is the one where your life suddenly gets too full to obsess. You stop checking their stories. You stop analyzing their last message. You pour your energy into your job, your friends, your hobbies, your dreams, things that have nothing to do with them. And here's the secret. Avoidants have a built-in radar for fakeness. If you're pretending to be fine while secretly falling apart, they'll feel it, and they'll keep running. But if your silence is real, if you're genuinely living, laughing, growing, then their absence starts to feel strange to them, like a chair pulled out from under them. For the first time, they're not the center of your world, and that shakes them. Because they didn't just lose access to you, they lost their position in your universe. And that void, it echoes louder than any text you could ever send. The second stage is acceptance. And no, that doesn't mean giving up. It means stopping the fight. Avoidants expect you to panic when they pull away. They brace for the long messages, the crying calls, the "why are you doing this to me?" accusations. That's their comfort zone. That's the script they know by heart. So when you don't play along, when you respond with calm, steady acceptance, I hear you. I respect your space. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm not chasing either. It breaks their brain. You become the one person who doesn't treat their distance like an emergency. You don't make them feel guilty. You don't punish them. You just let them be. And that emotional maturity, it's so rare, so disarming that they can't ignore it. They'll lie awake, wondering why you're not freaking out, why you're not begging, why you're acting like you're okay without them. That question will haunt them. It'll eat at their confidence. Because for the first time, they're facing someone who doesn't equate love with suffocation. And that kind of safety, it's addictive to someone who spent their whole life running from closeness. The third stage is the one that breaks them completely. Transformation, not just looking better, not just pretending to be happy. Real, undeniable, visible change. The kind that makes them stop and stare. They walked away thinking they had you figured out. They made a mental list of your flaws, your triggers, your too much moments, and they used that list to justify leaving. They told themselves the story. It wasn't working. I needed space. You weren't the one. But when you start changing, not for them, but for you, that story starts to crack. Maybe you finally launch that side hustle you always talked about. Maybe you go to therapy and heal the insecurity that used to spark your biggest fights. Maybe you start dressing differently, speaking with more confidence, saying no without guilt. The person they left, that person doesn't exist anymore. And the new you, you're magnetic, you're glowing, you're living like someone who doesn't need saving. And that terrifies them, because now they have to face the truth. They underestimated you. They left right before you became the version of yourself everyone wants to be around, including them. And then comes the twist they never saw coming, your happiness. They expected you to shrink without them, to post sad quotes, to look tired in photos, to seem lost. That's how they measure their impact, by your pain. It's not evil. It's just how their brain works. If you're hurting, it means they mattered. But when they see you laughing harder, traveling more, posting pics with friends who adore you, chasing dreams you used to put on hold. It flips a switch in them. They realize maybe they weren't your light. Maybe they were your shadow. And that thought, it burns. Every time they see you smiling without them, it replays in their head. Did I walk away from the best thing that ever happened to me? That doubt doesn't fade. It grows. It follows them into quiet moments, into late nights, into every scroll through your feed. And then, the final blow, the world turns against them. They thought they were the prize, the one everyone wanted, the one you'd always wait for. But when they see you surrounded, tagged in group photos, mentioned in conversations, getting DMs, being chosen by others, it shatters their ego. They hear your name come up in places they can't reach. They see people drawn to your energy, your vibe, your peace. And suddenly, they're not wondering if you miss them. They're wondering if anyone even notices they're gone. Social proof becomes their nightmare. Because now they have to face the truth. You didn't lose value when they left. You multiplied it. And they're standing outside, knocking on a door that used to be wide open, only to find it's now locked, not out of spite, but because you built something they no longer have access to. And that's when the final shift happens, not with a bang, but with quiet dignity. They only chase when they realize you won't cling. As long as they believe you'll always be there, waiting, forgiving, bending, they have zero urgency to move. But the moment they feel you slipping away, not with drama, not with revenge posts, not with loud goodbyes, but with calm, steady distance, that's when panic sets in, not the kind they run from, the kind that pulls them back. Because now, for the first time, they see you as irreplaceable, not because you begged them to stay, but because you found the strength to walk away even though you still cared. That terrifies them. It makes them question everything. What if she's really done? What if he doesn't need me anymore? And that fear, it doesn't push them away. It drags them closer. The world flips upside down. For years, they controlled the rhythm. They decided when to pull back, when to check in, when intimacy was too much. But now, your healing made you emotionally unavailable, not as a game, not as punishment, but as a natural result of moving forward. They reach out, and you're polite but distant. They try to flirt, and you don't bite. They ask for your time, and you're busy living a life that doesn't revolve around them. That shift, it destroys them, because now they're the ones feeling uncertain. They're the ones checking their phone. They're the ones lying awake, wondering if you're thinking about them. They get trapped in the exact emotional maze they built to protect themselves, and it drives them crazy. They spent their whole lives running from closeness, only to realize too late that the one person who gave them space without abandoning them is now the one walking away. What ties all of this together is simple. You stop feeding their fear. For years, they believed love meant losing themselves. That closeness equals suffocation. That needing someone equals weakness. Every desperate text, every tearful plea, every "I can't live without you" message just confirmed that story. But you showed them something new. A love that doesn't cage. A connection that lets them breathe. A presence that doesn't demand they shrink to fit inside it, but invites them to grow alongside it. And once they feel that, they can't unfeel it. They can't forget it. Their walls, the ones they swore would never break, start crumbling from the inside. The distance they thought kept them safe, now it feels like loss. The freedom they chased, now it tastes like regret. And in the cruelest twist of all, the moment they thought they escaped is the moment they realize they left behind the only person who ever made them feel truly free. That's when the runner becomes a chaser. Not because you forced them, but because, for the first time, they want to come home.